crawling chaos.
Hello, everybody! This is Silaninil, the Undead Gamer. We are back, episode 6 of Darkest Dungeon. We're gonna put those 2 deaths behind us. No need to go to the tombstones. Oh, well, it's Bruno and Dolmat. They're dead. Well, you know, it happens. Also, I've discovered that this is a woman. And York is an inappropriate name for a woman. Shut up, office. Shut up. Get off my screen. Get. Fucking pop-ups. Yeah, this is a woman. Did not know. I should have told by the face. I thought it was just an exceptionally beautiful man. Oops. So, we're gonna change the name. We need to change the name. Morticia. Très bien. That was French. Oh, alright, let's go. We still need deeds. We need deeds for days. Deeds? 5 deeds and a handmaster. We did just pick up a handmaster. We're not feeling that. We're not down with that sickness. We are getting close to the point where I'm gonna take this guy on. That's actually not bad, but it's only 3 deeds, and this one's 5. So we're gonna go gather 3 holy relics. Boba Fett needs to go do a nappy time. We don't want to bring Silk because he's already level 2, and what we're working on now is actually getting to level 2 so we can go take on the boss. We're gonna bring the Leper, Jacob. Lepers are members of the faith? Really? Go fuck yourself. You're a leper. God doesn't give a shit about you. That might have come off as a little harsh. Alright, let's do this. Provision. This is a short mission. No, it isn't. Camp one. Some dog treats. Alright, so we're gonna pick up 20. We'll pick up a few more of that. We'll pick up a bit of this. And we need some torches. As you can tell, my gold took a bit of a nosedive. I did buy some relics. There was a really good, like, 10,000 gold relic for sale. So I picked it up. Because money. Who cares, right? Also, fuck Trump.
There is power in symbols.
So let's do this. Let me scroll in and take a look at our mappity map. Yes, shh. Hush now, the baby's sleeping. Alright, so this is actually a really good map. The reason why, Jon Snow, please, you and Ghost, thank you. The reason this is a good map is because we can go down, around, and up, and up, and up, and only have one room to backtrack to. We're probably going to have to camp here, I'm hoping. If we manage to make it that far without being stressed to the point of no return, or injured to the point where we desperately need to camp, and it's not looking like we're going to need to be. I did not bring any holy water, so we're actually going to have the Gravedigger do this. Shit. He did resist it, however. We're going to pop our torch. So there's a fight coming up, and I'm hoping to get the ambush on them. We did not. However, it is only 2 spiders. Lunch.
Another abomination.
Damn, she's good.
From our lands.
Hound's Rush. Fucking cake. And we'll be able to swap her right back behind the Jon Snow.
So too
Thank you very much, Morticia. Quasimodo, lead the way. There will be no fight in here and no fight in the next room, but we do have a fight in the hall, which is tolerable. So, yes, we did name our Houndmaster Jon Snow, as Jon Snow is one of the only members of the Stark family who still has his puppy pup.
Corruption.
At least as far as the last book I read. I believe he does have a stress reliever for himself, which is good. We're actually gonna disorient. No, we're gonna Noxious Blast this guy. He should be low enough now. Accuracy, damage bonding with 100% mark target, and minus 20% prod. Yeah. We're going to do this to her. So basically, when we attack her with the dog decks, it's going to deal a ton of extra damage and have better... I don't know. I don't know what it does. I think it might reduce her damage dealt. He's going to kill the big guy.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
That could be annoying if she pushes. Ah, shit. And he's bleeding. No, that's fine.
Their formation is broken.
Good ghost.
Maintain the offensive.
He'll just throw a dagger into him for the win. It's a little annoying because I would have liked the healer to go again to cure the bleed.
Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
It does kind of genuinely suck that you can't cast that ability out of combat. I don't really see a reason why you can't, other than the game doesn't let you. At least
in Radiance, may we find victory.
I did go to the Darkest Dungeon subreddit today. That was fun. Just sort of perused there. That's where I discovered that this is actually a lady. They're actually doing like a backstory, like comic thing for them. I wonder if they've done that for other characters. I didn't delve too deep. I never spent too much time on Reddit. I did when I used to work. I used to work at a call center, and I'd be on Reddit all day, just so I could do something in between calls.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
But now that I've lost that job, and am working on my novel most of the day, I literally only play games in the morning and early afternoon. Once that is done, like once that part of the day is gone, I then like exclusively just write till I have a set number of pages done. For most of the summer, I'd been writing 6 pages a day. I've recently decided that isn't good enough. I'm not writing... The book I'm writing is quite long, which, you know, hey, Aces, I hope you'll enjoy a nice long read.
Executed with impunity.
But it's just like, you know, 6 pages a day, it's like, in a week. And I don't do the weekends because on the weekends I take time to visit friends. And I do writing that's more for me, like fun writing.
Success.
Now you might say you say you're writing for a living even though you're unemployed, not making any money. Everything you do is for fun. There's a difference when you're writing for a purpose and then when you're writing for yourself. There's a noticeable difference. When I'm writing to get published, I have to be in the zone completely, and it's a really different feeling than, you know, writing something for fun like a fan fiction or working on a movie script or doing something that's entirely without that heaviness of I need to make this in a certain way so that a literary agent will like it and find me a publisher and get me published and make it so I can be making enough money that I can live off what I'm doing. Right? It's just it's a different feeling. Like I can guarantee you, for an example, if you were to say take a Let's Player, let's take the Achievement Hunter guys. If you were to look at them and ask them, is it different when you play a game at home on your own than when you play a game at work? And they're going to probably, I would imagine, say it's absolutely different. And here's the thing, they still do it because they enjoy playing the games. I love writing. Creating a story is what I'm most passionate about in my life. But when you make something you love work,
wealth beyond measure,
it becomes that. It becomes
to
work,
the brave and the
right?
foolhardy
And then suddenly it's, I need to make sure I'm hitting my deadline. There's never a day when I sit down and I go, oh well, I didn't hit my 6 pages today. It's no, I sit there and I stare at that screen and look up research, and I fucking put in the time, and I make it so that I get the work done. Oh shit, that's a really annoying sort of setup they have. But that's beside the point. So yes, the work's hard. Like, I mean, I don't know if anyone watching or listening to this has ever tried to write something creatively, but when you go and sit down and say, I'm gonna write 6 pages of original fiction a day.
Great is the
One, you have
weapon
to
that
plot the
cuts on
fiction.
its
2, you have to
own.
plot where the fiction fits into the narrative. 3, you have to make sure the fiction moves at it moves at a pace that a reader will find acceptable. If I move too slow, they're going to get bored. If I don't put enough action, they're not going to read. If there's not enough dialogue, they won't understand who the characters they're trying to read is, right? Like,
As the fiend
it's
falls,
extremely stressful.
faint hope
Every line
blossoms.
is like, okay, can I change this paragraph so it's shorter and still it captures all the emotion I'm trying to show? Alright, that's a lot of
This
gold.
expedition at least promises success.
We'll get rid of that. Right, like, is this character getting too much screen time? Is this character getting too little screen time? Did I go a little bit too telly here instead of
As
showing?
the light gains purchase,
When describing the
spirits are
character's
lifted,
reaction, did I
and
use a
purpose is
word
made
that I've
clear.
used too many times before? It's a fucking menace. Oh my Jesus! Each one of these takes an individual slot. That is a fucking menace. But it's
gathered close in tenuous firelight.
it's hard.
uneasy
It's really
companionship.
draining. All companions. We want that. We sort of want buffs, but I don't really think I have any. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh. So, yeah,
light,
like it's
the
just
promise of safety.
it's real different. Like, oh, I guess my father's home. I think I hear the kettle whistling. It's just there's different types of writing. Like when I sit there and I whip up the Google document where I'm writing a script, a movie script. I've never written like this before. I look up tons of research material on how scripts are written. I get totally into this whole other zone where I'm thinking like, yeah, I want to do this in the story, but does that translate well to film? I think of how a shot will be shot with a camera. I think about how acting would work into it. And it's just a completely different type of writing. Now, I'm not writing this script like going, this is going to become the world's greatest blockbuster, for I am genius. I'm writing it going, I want to try writing something new, and this is really cool. Now, don't get me wrong. If that movie comes out, I'm going to be fucking stoked. But, I never go into my writing with that being the express purpose, except in the case of this novel and a few other projects I've started when I was younger, but, you know, school, life, stuff got in the way. It's basically me going, you know what, I can't put it off anymore. I want this to be my life. So I need to make it my life. I need to grab it by the balls and pull. And so I work on it.
Ghoulish horrors.
And it's not easy,
Brought low
in my
and
opinion.
driven
It
into
just
the
isn't.
mud.
Having to create is not easy. I always appreciate, like, for example, like, the writers of Red vs. Blue and Achievement Hunters. Let's go back to them because I'm an addict. Like, thinking about them writing Red vs. Blue, and how much that show has evolved over the years, it's
The match is struck.
boggling to my
blazing
mind
star
how
is
hard that
born.
must have been. Especially writing comedy. Like, I write fiction for the most part, like fantasy, sci-fi. I do a little dystopian, very gritty stuff, action. I don't do too much comedy. I like to make comedy a part of what I write because comedy is a part of the world. If you put people who interact with each other together, some of them are going to be funny, or someone will occasionally say a joke, right? Like, it's going to happen. You put a group of people together, someone's going to become the funny man because there needs to be a funny man. Or else it's just super depressing to read. So, like, yeah, I put some comedy into my story, but there's a difference between writing a comedy and including comedy in your story. And I think it's amazing what comedians and writers who do work with comedy can do, because, like, you have to be on. You have to not only make jokes, you need to make
Seize this
funny
momentum.
jokes, and those
Push
funny
on to
jokes
the task's
need
end.
to fucking work all the time, or people are going to stop watching, right? Like with me and with fantasy, because I've had this sort of happen before when I was actually reading Game of Thrones, A Song of Fire and Ice. There were some chapters in those books that were just completely dull. Characters weren't interesting. I didn't care for them. Their storylines at the moment were dull. But I never skipped them. It was like, I feel if I skip this character interacting with these characters, even though there's no action, even though the dialogue isn't that engrossing, I might miss something subtle that they're hinting at later. Or I might miss a relation between two characters who suddenly it becomes like the thing that changes everything, right? So you don't skip it. Even if, like, for example, and I mean, again, I don't hate this character, I just found a lot of the chapters about that character to be dull. Dealing with Sansa Stark, Sansa, whatever, however you pronounce her name, I found a lot of the time we spend with her, especially in the third book, when she's basically the prisoner to the Lannisters, and living in King's Landing and being forced to marry this person, then forced to marry this
Prodigious
person, and
size
yada yada yada.
alone does not dissuade the
It's-
sharpened blade.
Alright, we can get rid of this to take this. We can get rid of these to take this, and that's fine. And we can get rid of this to take this because we finished our quest. And we don't need torches or food or anything anymore. Let's return to the Hamlet. So, like, yeah, I'll get to a Sansa's
The
chapter,
abbot will
and
be
it'll
grateful.
be
The trappings of his faith have
painstakingly
been
boring.
restored.
But she's interacting with these characters, and she's at the very forefront of political action. So even though I might not care about her perspective that much, I'm not going to turn away because I'm like, something important with this character could happen at any moment, and I need to be watching. Whereas if you're, like, watching a movie or something, it's just like, oh, fast forward. Oh, there we go.
Take advantage of this.
All Saints
faith-fueled
Day. What is this?
charity.
Cloister is free, Transept is free,
It
Penance
will
Hall is
not
free.
last.
The Abbey is free today. I love these. These are new to me. These are fantastic. When the last time I seriously played this game, none of these were in it. It definitely makes things interesting and quicker. Holy crap, we are pretty much stress free. We are going to put Sparhawk back in there. Get his stress down to 0. Do you have anything cool and exciting? Oh, wow. Sexy. Actually, no, we want to open that so I can sell some shit. We don't actually have a stun skill on this guy. Sell. We don't need that. Sell. That's not bad. Let us see if we can finally upgrade our blacksmith so we can upgrade our gear. Alright, we can do weapons or armor. We're doing armor because
Fan
it's
the
better
flames, mold
to
the
stay
metal.
alive
We
than
are
deal
raising
damage.
an army.
Now, see, this is where the money's gonna start coming. We're definitely gonna upgrade this to a stitched leather vest. Worn leather. Patch jacket. We definitely want the reforged chest plate. Can we do Sparhawk while he's in the medicine? No, we can't. Sophronia should be upgraded. You should be upgraded. Littlefinger should be upgraded. That should be everybody. And we need to, of course, save money for the next mission. We will see if there's anyone here, if there's an occult. There is not an occult. Oh my god, if they remove that class from the game, I'm going to cry. I don't really need any of you people. And I can't upgrade, because the only thing I have a lot of is bust right now. Alright, so we're going to end the video there. I hope people enjoyed my talking. I'm going to be starting a new series. The new series might actually go up before this. I get a brand new game. It's really cool. It's called Halcyon 6. I'm super excited to record it. I'm going to go record it right now. Have yourselves a great day. Please hit that subscribe button and comment. Just say, hey, like the video. Hey, maybe keep it 15 minutes. Hey, you sound really good in this one. Or, hey, the audio was kind of bad. Hey, dude, what the fuck was with those Discord pings that were like thunder in the last video? I'm sorry. I disabled notifications in Discord before recording today. I'm sorry. But please, help make me make this better. Again, I don't do this to get paid. I do it because I like it. And I want to be good at it. Because if I'm going to do something, I want to be good at it. Thank you. Have a great day.